welcome. How are we all today? Good?
We are good.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Excited?
Amazing.
I'm excited. I've got a whole list of questions. All
Mhm.
right. So we are here today with a guest speaker. We have Nikki, Kira, and myself from WTF, Women Talk Fierce, and we have Heike Yates of Pursue Your, well, it is Spark, correct? Spark
Pursue your
Framework
spark.
and Pursue Your
Pursue your
Spark.
spark.
Pursue your
So
spark.
we are
Love
going
it.
to jump in and tell us a little bit about yourself before I start asking all these questions.
I have been a fitness coach for now going on 40 years, just a little bit over 40 years. A Pilates coach for over 20 years by now. And I have made fitness my life. And when I started 40 years ago, I didn't think that I would ever do what I do now because I didn't see myself, what I call air quotes, hopping around in front of other people and doing stuff for them so they can be healthier. But once I started in the fitness industry, I just loved everything about it. You know, coming from a 9 to 5, sitting on your butt ski all day long and planning exercise in. So I know how hard it is for so many people to find time to do things that are healthy and good for them. And once I started with fitness, I mean, there was no looking back. And I always say one of the things that I really look for is freedom in my choices and freedom of the things I want to do. But also, I am super curious. If you say, and you asked me before we started recording, if you ask me, hey, Heike, do you want to do this? I probably say yes. I don't even know what it is, what I've signed up for.
Good to know because you are going to be ready
Yeah.
for today.
Absolutely.
And as I became a coach and I've learned all the things, strength training and sports nutrition and on and on. And as my career progressed, also what I did is I tested all the new things I learned on my own body before I applied it to my clients to see how they will fare with it. I just loved everything about it. It gave me an income. It gave me freedom and independence. It gave me a career. I now own 2 businesses. I am successful with what I'm doing, and I still love what I do. And the group that has grown with me I would say every 10 years, my group of clients would change depending on where I am in life. And now next week, I'm going to be 65. So my group now is women, also younger women, of course, that want to get healthier and stronger, but I want to help them gain momentum or start momentum in their health and in their life with what they do at the moment.
Amazing. Amazing. Well,
Love
we are
that.
thrilled to have you today, and you are with Women Talk Fears. We are 3 women, 3 stages of life, motherhood, business, and a roller coaster of laugh, lessons, and loud opinions. And we do say this could end up in a true crime podcast. Look at that, tongue-tied
But I
again.
don't I don't know. I'm
So,
not feeling that
it's
today. Today feels
I
I'm
pretty
not
know.
calm
either.
and
I don't know
happy.
why.
I'm
I don't
feeling,
think we're gonna have any
yeah.
type of true crime podcast by the time this is over. So we're gonna go ahead and roll. I will confess, Heike, I actually was in the fitness industry for a good 20 years too. Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it, and try to stay as active as possible. Now I'm in that glorious, I'm not going to mention my age time. But I do fit your criteria. So we are going to get right into the fun
I
questions.
think all of you fit my criteria because all through the years I work with you. And at this point, you need to know that my youngest client is 35.
Oh,
My oldest client just turned 100 in February.
Wow.
amazing.
All
That
of
is
you fit in there.
incredible.
I love
Amazing.
that.
I
I'll
know.
be
Well, as soon as I saw you
32
come
You
next
do
through,
fit
week.
into that. Do you
yeah.
fit into
I'll
that,
be 32 next week. Thank
Nikki?
you.
She might be your youngest client.
I'm
There we
I'm getting
go.
there.
No, but I definitely am in that demographic because when you came through, I was like, oh, I need to talk to her for
Yeah.
Absolutely.
sure.
So, my first question is, what is the most ridiculous piece of fitness advice midlife women are given and being told?
I think most of us
Because that's
have
what I
heard
find.
it.
There's so much information.
I would say most of them, what people are saying is, I'm too old. But,
Mm,
doubt that. I've started to doubt that based on my conversations with my clients. It's not so much that they're too old, although that's the overarching message.
Mhm.
I think we are the industry, fitness industry and beauty industry makes us feel incapable. They sending out messages. It's not that we're too old, but we keep repeating this phrase, and I just like,
Yeah.
no, we need to stop this. It's more about you're incapable. We need to make you dependent on a piece of
Yeah.
equipment or a supplement or whatever gadget there's out there in order for you to reach the results that you're looking for.
I have to tell you, I agree because I can do a
Yeah, me
complete
too.
workout without any piece of machinery using my own body, which is extremely challenging. So,
Mhm.
what were you going to say, Nikki? You have a
I do
question?
it 3 times a week. I do a 30-minute workout every morning, 3 times a week.
Do
And
you use your body or do you use a
I
tool?
use my body. I don't use anything else because I don't have the space for it. And if
Mm.
I'm jumping around everywhere, I'm gonna wake kids up. So, yep.
Absolutely. So I
Yeah.
think that is such a valid point, Heike, is women, you don't necessarily have to have a fancy piece of tool to actually have an incredible workout.
Yep.
I
You
know.
don't need to be anywhere special either. It's like I have to go to the gym and many women don't want to go to the gym for different reasons, but you don't have to. You can
Absolutely.
be in the living room, on your porch, in your garden. I mean, it's the sky's the limit. And because if we don't buy anything and if we don't sign up for anything, then we're not a good customer for the fitness and gadget
Right.
industry. So
Right.
I wonder though, some people find that that makes them more accountable. So how do you find how do you encourage
Mm.
accountability? Because when you have that gym membership, usually if you sign up in June or January, you're done by February. But out of curiosity, how do you make them accountable since they haven't signed up for anything?
okay, let me backtrack a little bit. Accountability sometimes comes, or they think it comes from buying a gadget. If I buy this whatever thing, let's use the
Never.
magic circle. I buy the magic circle from Pilates, I
Mhm.
will be doing these exercises. It doesn't last very long and it goes under the bed or in the closet.
Mhm.
The other one is I have a gym membership, which is great. I pay for it, so I should be going to that gym,
Right.
which works out sometimes, but from my experience, most of the time it doesn't. And here's why. They feel it's just another thing on their plate. It's not my biggest desire. So, to answer your question, find something that lights you up, that brings you joy, that starts that momentum. I love walking. Well,
Yes.
do more of it. It doesn't have to be anything, not saying, hey, I want to run a marathon, could be one of your goals, but get momentum in things that light you up, that you
Yeah.
enjoy. And if you don't know, look around what your girlfriends are doing, what your neighbors are doing. If you're wondering what your neighbor does every day at 1 o'clock, she's going somewhere doing something that
Mhm.
may be fun. But find something that lights you up. If it's not, it becomes a chore, no matter how much money you're spending for it.
Great point. I
Tammy,
will
yours
I
is
will
running.
confess. Oh, go ahead, Nikki.
Tammy, yours is running at
I was going to
3
say, I
a.m.
am a 4 a.m. runner, and that is for mindset, and that is for quiet and peace, and that is just my time.
4 a.m. Good Lord.
Yeah. So I'm before
That's my
that 5
reaction.
a.m. club. I am up and out the door, but it's a great start for me, and that's personally what I
I
need.
am on my second dream at that point. So,
Yes. Me
Come on
too.
now. Come on. If
love
I
you,
can do it,
Tammy.
anybody can do it. But I secretly love my secret love is Pilates.
Mhm.
Ooh.
And I
See?
can be hovering
Mhm.
and plank and watching TV and enjoy myself for
Yeah,
all
you can
midlife
easily do it from
crisis.
home. I have a
Yeah.
client, she
Absolutely.
runs a Pilates app. And so people do it from home. They have live videos also
Very
that they can
cool.
do inside of a Facebook group. And it's all using your body.
Hmm.
The equipment that you do need is something that you have, like a chair, for example. If you would need gliders, you can use dish towels. You don't
Yeah.
have to go and buy fancy
Absolutely.
equipment.
And
I
I
love
think that's
that.
where women get stuck. It's either I have to have the membership, I don't have the money, or I don't have the time. I'm
Yep.
curious, Heike, what is the most common excuse you get?
I don't have the time. which I would rephrase as I am not making time for me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that's, I don't have the time, followed by I don't have money for it, which we just debunked. You don't need a lot of money for that to be healthier and stronger.
Mhm.
But it's the time making, because we don't allow ourselves, from my experience, to put ourselves first for many times. And yes, if you have little children, and I know, Nikki, if you have kids, they
I have
always
to.
come first. But you got to carve out, you have to carve out time for yourself, no matter where, when, or how. And many women believe that you need to carve out a lot of time.
Mm.
I was like, I've offered express workouts, and I'm pretty much in all my courses, we're sticking to 15 minutes,
Wow.
and
Mhm.
that's it.
That's what I love doing. Is just
That's
Amazing.
great.
quick 15 minutes.
Yep.
Well, and it is
Short.
important to find that time again, but sometimes it's making the time. Like
Mhm.
4 a.m. is not ideal, and I
Mhm.
wouldn't suggest that for everybody. But for me, that was a great time. And truly it was because I was quiet, peaceful, and it was the start of my day and it was setting my mindset. So I continue with it. But it can be after, when the kids are in bed or when you just have a moment of quiet while they're at lunch or sleeping.
Yeah.
So I do recall making the mistake of getting where Nikki is and, running around between PTO and work and kids. And I really let the time slip. And I paid for it. So what are some tips that you would give, Heike, in being able to find that time, to take that time? What are some quick tips that you would throw out there?
I mean, really look at your schedule and see what you can let go of. Maybe
Mm.
let's use Nikki as an example. Maybe somebody else can pick up these kids from school or drive them to school. Or maybe you don't volunteer all the time at school.
Right.
You do it once a month instead of every week. My client just said, I'm going to go and volunteer at school. I'm like, great. Uh, but you have to really look at your schedule and see where it can fit in. And you know, nap time, I have to tell you, Tammy, nap time, when my kids were napping, I was napping. That was not
Me too.
negotiable.
I was too, every time. That was the
That's
best time of my life, to tell you the truth.
my husband, my first husband, and the father of my children said, you need to sleep. You're turning into this evil person. When they nap, you nap. That's a non-negotiable. But if you look at your schedule, and there's so many women out there that are super busy in their jobs and really can't find time to fit it in, is literally, do you have to go to all the meetings? Can you fit it in before you go to work? Or like you said, after. Or there are a lot of lunch classes at a lot of the corporations. There are lunchtime classes, which I used to
Yeah.
teach. And
Yeah, I
this is
recall.
this is a true story. They would come to the class and say, we want to work out where we don't sweat. They showed up basically in their business suits, took off the jacket, in their pantyhoses, and said, okay, now let's exercise. True story. And I'm like,
What
okay, what
did
am I
you
going to
Hey,
do
do?
to
I
them to
guess you
not get
gotta.
them to sweat?
I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I gotta really think of something here.
And
Oh my
Pilates
God.
it is.
Standing Pilates today. This is
There we
great.
go.
There we
Yep.
go.
True story.
I
That's
love it.
awesome.
So another question is, what's more harmful, the diet culture, the hustle culture,
Mhm.
or the idea that the women should be endlessly fine all the time? Like, I'm okay, I don't need it, it's good, I'm doing what I have to do for my family. So what do you find most harmful between those three?
I think the last one.
Me
Mm,
too.
I think the last one. I think the diet culture is something that we've been talking about it forever now, and we're hopefully getting through to some people. Um, and it's changeable because it's an external approach to your body. The final one is like, no, this is something that I have to decide on my own, that I'm enough, that this this is really what we can internally change.
ooh, I
Mhm.
love that. Now, I do have a question to follow up with that. When it comes to the diet culture, a lot of people are turning to Wegovy and Ozempic, and they are a great jumpstart. What is your theory with that and exercise or with that product itself when it comes to weight loss and sustainability?
You know, I always say, and I stole this from my now husband, whatever works, do it. Now,
Yeah.
if you are on Ozempic or Wegovy or whatever, or GLP-1s, it's your choice. It's your
Right.
body, it's your choice. Now, we need to remember what the drug is for. It's not, I want to lose a quick 10 pounds, and all of our celebrities are suddenly super duper
Right.
thin and gaunt. And use it for what is the purpose to lose excess weight to be healthier in combination with exercise. And many people do not exercise with it. They claim they're doing something, but most people are like, it's going to come off. I have 3 clients that are on that drug with varying results. Number one, you get super sick, all of them, nauseous,
Mhm.
pain, just horrible, horrible. Some of it goes away after a while, it seems, but the weight loss stops. All of them. They suddenly had to up the dose. They had to suddenly switch to another brand to continue the weight loss, and it still didn't work like the first time around.
Mm.
Now, whatever works for you, if you take it, be my guest, but make it an educated decision. Is it worth to you to have those side effects? Is it worth you to feel so miserable and nauseous and hot because you want to be thin? Or is that healthy? Is that even healthy for you? And think about the long-term effects. I mean, we have studied this drug for what now? 10 years, maybe 15, and it's now becoming the in drug
Yeah,
that
I'm curious
everybody.
why. Is it just because it's instant gratification? And I also wonder about the nutrition factor and the fitness factor coming off the drug.
Yep, that's another problem altogether. You hope that at this point, women that and men too who have been on that drug have gotten some good coaching as far as what to eat. I mean, the portions get smaller. They're not no longer hungry. And so nutrition coaching is definitely important to have a balanced meal that gives you all the energy and nutrients you need to function and to do other things than just exist. And exercise has to be an integral part of that as well. It's hard to control, but I think that the drug is so popular, at least from my experience, is because it does work initially. And when you're so hopeless, you've
Yes.
tried, and all 3 women told me the same thing, all my 3 clients. I've tried everything, Heike. I have been on all diets. I've been doing weight loss programs. I've been doing exercise programs. I'm doing combinations. I calorie count, everything you can think of, I've done, and nothing has worked. If that works, great. When you come off of the drug, I don't know what the long-term implication are. Can you keep it or will it be a rebound of what was before? And we hear too little about this right now.
Absolutely.
Nobody talks about the
I
rebound.
think it's discipline. Like
Yeah.
any, diet that you're on, if you stay disciplined, but it helps you not be hungry. So if that comes off, what happens? And I think that's such a lot of it is mental. It's a mental hurdle to cross. I don't have this thing anymore, so am I going to revert, or do I have the willpower to stick the course? Because it is a tool, and it's a very accessible tool now because everyone is selling it online, all of these different places. And I don't even think some of it's safe because we don't actually know what we're getting if we're ordering from these online pharmacies who have never seen us in person. They aren't offering nutrition coaching. They are not offering us any kind of plan. So we're just going in blindly and shooting ourselves up. I mean, it's kind of insane.
Well, I
It
think people
is,
think it as a magic pill too. I see
yeah.
it as it can be a jump start, but once
Yes,
you see it as a magic pill, I think that's the problem.
it's a tool. It's a
But
tool inside of a
Exactly.
very
Yeah.
big toolbox.
But Kira, you made a good point about it. It becomes a dependency to
Mhm.
the drug itself. What will happen if I don't take it
Yes.
anymore? And so far, neither one of my 3 clients has been off the drug. They've been on there for up to 2 years at this point. They got different products because the weight loss didn't continue. And the one that the client I saw this morning, she switched to the drug and she says, I don't know why I'm not losing weight. She exercises, she knows what to eat. And she said, I've switched and I'm doing what they said I should do, and I'm still not losing weight.
Mm.
And I know, probably, that's her guess. I don't know, I'm not a doctor. She says, I'm really stressed right now.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Now we know stress induces
Yeah.
cortisol, increase in cortisol levels. So cortisol levels increase weight gain, as potentially weight gain, and also changes our whole metabolism. So could that be the case as well? It may be. I don't know.
Well, now you bring us into the next question that it was really relevant to this. How, as women, I can tell you on a daily basis, my stress fluctuates up and down. How do you help maintain that so you're not in that loop?
Mm.
The stress loop, you mean?
Cortisol, the stress loop, absolutely.
Okay. What I would say is really look at your life. It's that simple. You know, are you consuming a lot of news? I don't anymore because I
Mhm.
don't need
Oh,
more
no.
stress in my
Either.
life. Uh-uh.
Me either.
I'd rather do Zoom calls with my grandkids, but
Right.
is it the let's go with the external factors. Is it the news? Is it your job? Is it your relationship with your the people that are closest to you? Is it the job? I think I mentioned that already. What are the external stressors? What can you eliminate from the external stressors? And it goes as simple as watching a Netflix movie that just really makes you anxious, right? So, what movies are you consuming? What books are you consuming? So, go with that first to see if we can find something that like I said, I don't watch news anymore. I'm done.
So that means we
Um,
can all quit our jobs and let's say ship out our family.
you know what? If that's what it takes, it that you know,
I
if
am
if
writing
if
that down right
if Grandma Susie stresses you out, you maybe not gonna see her as much.
I
now.
love
But
it.
but then we also got to go by how does how do we let stress affect us?
Right.
Mhm.
Let's use the news example because I think that's a good one. When I watch the news, my blood pressure goes way up. I can't sleep, I'm sweating, and I'm anxious
Mhm.
because I'm not sure. Now, this is externally induced, but that's the effect it has on my body. How do I deal when I do these things? How do I deal with this in order to get rid of that stress? I love to exercise. That's been always my thing to do for anything. I'm sad, I'm upset, I'm stressed. I exercise. I exercise for everything. But it's something that how does it affect me? And like if Grandma Susie is just really a nutcase, you're like, man, why am I doing this to myself? I don't need to do this to myself. Letting go of what is not good for us, the friends that are not good for us, that are always negative. We always talk about that. We
Yeah,
all
Energy suckers is what I like to call
Yeah.
them.
that's true.
exactly. I have none of those. I've got rid of all of them and basically kick
Good
them
for
to the curb,
you.
like you said, Tammy. I'm like, oh, you're not my friend anymore. I don't
I
hang
will
out
say,
with.
even your advice about changing a TV show, because I used to watch a lot of horrors. I love the scary and I love the fun. I don't really watch them anymore.
I can't.
Just
I
I
cannot.
shifted to comedies just for my mindset, and I never thought that would be the case. But I began to notice it's like you said, I would kind of go to bed with it, or I would carry it through the day, and I just didn't want it. So even you're right, something as simple as just switching what you watch can be a huge help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really is those small things throughout the day that we don't realize have triggered those emotions.
Absolutely.
And I think that's where you learn too. Like I know with us being in business is where those boundaries come into place as well. Like when
Absolutely.
someone pushes the boundary and that stretches you out, you know exactly what your limit is.
And
Absolutely.
that's when we need to really learn to push back on those
Yeah.
and setting those boundaries and saying no. It's like yesterday I was trying to do something on my active campaign channel and it just wouldn't work. And I asked ChatGPT to help me, and it still wouldn't
Yeah.
work.
That's
And I
funny.
was like, I don't see why I can't do this. And I said, I'm done. It stressed me out to no extent. And I said, I will do it a different way, the way I know how to do it, and be done with it. But it stressed me out to no event, to no, I was like, I know I can do this. And I tried again and I tried again. And then I said, no, I'm done. 45 minutes later, I was so stressed. I was
Yeah.
like, no,
Yeah,
yep.
just
Yeah.
walk away. Absolutely. Amazing. And you also you talk a little bit in your bio about dimming your light. So, what does dimming your light actually look like in real life for women going through, midlife or, as you said, any age?
Let me add to this that to me, midlife is not just being 50 and around. Midlife to me starts at 40 because that's where the first
Wow.
changes happen with
Mhm.
kids going to school, maybe already going to college, till about 80.
Wow.
Oh,
That's to me midlife. Women have become so much more resilient, stronger, and more themselves than they have in years. And
yeah.
when I look at what women do at older ages, and also health-wise, how long we can stay fit and strong. To me, this is up that age. And I keep insisting on this because when I feel like at 80 is when we need more therapeutic help in our exercises, in our daily environment. So it becomes, there's really the break when I look at my clients, and as I said, my oldest one is 100, and the person that actually gave me the content for my book is 80. So
Wow.
Oh,
she
wow.
initiated what the book is all about. And that was to me like 40 till 80. We're going through all these steps. And all through those years, women tend to dim their lights because they put other people first. They please everybody else before they please themselves. They are not moving in forward because they're afraid of the consequences of being afraid. If I move forward, what happens? I should be taking care of the grandkids because that's my job as a grandma. But what if I say no? So they start pulling back on the things that they want in everything. Oh, I'm not going to this restaurant because so and so said they'd rather want to do that. But I don't want to do this. But they're not speaking up. They don't say, hey, switch the channel because this movie is really making me upset. They sit
Yeah.
through it and endure and suck it up
Forever.
instead of speaking up and speaking their truth and are willing to step up to the plate and say, this is what I want from my life, not what you want or somebody else. And it doesn't have to be in a mean or rude tone, but in a self-assured and with the self-trust that comes with it, that this is what you want and it will also be better for you in the long run. And that's to me dimming your light.
I love it. And so
Love
true.
that.
We could
It
talk about
is.
that forever.
Yeah,
From the
That
people
subject
pleasers in this
alone.
room.
we sure could. I mean, because
You
it
know,
is true. I mean, I think especially when we're in the heart of a family and we're the backbone and we want to make sure that everybody has their needs met, but we can so easily forget about our own. So I think it's very true.
And so I think from it too, it's that we are in these roles, we're cast in these roles of the maiden, the mother, and the
Mhm.
crone. And all these roles see us as complete caregivers in all those roles, and we're there for everybody else, which there's nothing wrong with that, but we cannot forget ourselves and get absorbed in these roles in those different age groups as we're seen a lot by society.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, because we do end up thinking, we're caring for everyone else, but who's caring for me? Who's caring
Right.
for
absolutely.
me? And I think that's when you really start to hit that burnout as a mother,
Mhm.
as a woman.
Yep.
Well, as I mentioned, I just went, my father passed away a week ago, and I went up, and now I felt like I was taking care of my mother. So not
Mhm.
only is it my family, my business, my surrounding, at this age, it's, often your elderly parents. So taking that time for myself is pure sanity for me.
Absolutely.
It is
Mhm.
not an option. I have to.
I just recently went to Germany because both of my parents had gone to the hospital. And I wanted to make sure in person that they're okay. So I went over there, and they're usually family drama. They're usually like whatever was going on, and they were doing overall fine. And I had planned on seeing my best friend that I've known since I'm 6 years old. I said, I don't see her that often, and I want to go over to Munich and visit her. And then there was stuff going on with my mom and my brother. And I called, left her a message saying, I can't come. I don't have the energy, and I have to pass it this time. And I really had to sit down. And I said, what does Heike need now?
Yeah.
And I typed back and I said, scratch this. I'll be there at 3.
Yeah.
And I walk in the
Absolutely.
door.
There we go.
I walk
Good
in
for
the door
you.
and she goes, Heike, what's going on?
Yeah.
And you felt so much better after that, correct?
6 hours later, oh my God, I felt so good.
Well, that was a good time.
I love that.
it.
Good for you. I'm curious, what part of Germany are you from?
Munich area. My family lives
Munich.
about 45 minutes south of Munich.
Okay, so
Oh,
I'm from Vilseck. So
Get out of here.
yes, yeah.
Learn
That's where I
something
grew up.
new
My dad
every
was General
day.
Dynamics and my mom's German.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I did
There
not.
you are.
Yes, I was curious.
Something new
German
every
buddies.
day.
Yes.
Well, I have one final question. So, for the women listening who feel lost in their life or their diet or their fitness, how do they start? Because that's usually the hardest part. It's that starting. It's that
I'm all ears.
drive. Please let them know. Well, me too. I'll listen.
Well, number one, pursue your spark, of course,
Yeah.
and stop dimming your light. No, stop overthinking. It's the, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? Oh, maybe I read I should do this diet, or should I, maybe, oh no, maybe I could do this. What I find is that we know so much. We have so much knowledge, and we're inundated with more information of what we should do, what we could do. Oh, would we be better? Oh, so and so did this. Oh, it worked for them. Stop listening so much to all this advice that's around us.
Yeah.
Look within what you know. What have you tried? If I try a diet for 6 weeks and it works for 6 weeks and then it stops working, well, it's not something you should repeat. Clearly, that's not working. If you joined a boot camp class and were beaten to the pulp coming out and you're so sore for days, maybe that's not the workout you want. Stop looking for something new. Trust what you know and do it, for God's sakes. Do it. Don't say, oh, I just did it a week. It didn't work. No, you got to keep going for months and months. And there will be roadblocks, as I like to call them. And there will be hurdles that you have to overcome, whether it's time or money or injuries or family things. But you got to keep plugging away and set a realistic goal.
Absolutely.
If, I always wanted to look like my cousin. Tiny hips, big boobs, gorgeous. Not happening in this planet because I don't have boobs like that and I don't have a body like this. I have a good, Akira, I have a good German body. I'm very sturdy. I'm a good German body. And that's not going to change. So start small. Don't think that you have to go back to something. Let's stop going back to things and retry them. Look at them from a different lens of what it is that I need now. Because to me, there's nothing more beautiful and important than a strong woman. And a strong woman looks different on anybody.
Oh, I love that.
Love that too.
I think
But I'm gonna write that somewhere. That's a
Absolutely.
quote.
We're gonna claim it too, just so you know.
Okay. Give me credit.
Women.
You know, it's funny though, what you said resonates in business too.
It does.
It is the persistence, it's the sticking with it. It's, after a week in business, well, I'm not making money now, I'm done. So it's so funny how that message alone carries along fitness, business, life.
And now I have 2 businesses. I have a brick and mortar Pilates fitness studio that I've had for now 13 years and it's thriving. And I created Pursue Your Spark that's pretty much all online and it's thriving. And I was like, I'm doing something right, but I've been doing this for 40 years. I have a background of knowledge. I have a solid foundation, and I don't tell people BS or I sell something when I know that they can't
That's the key. Absolutely.
possibly reach
Wonderful.
it.
Absolutely.
Ah,
And
And
that,
I network and I listen to what other people do in their business and I learn and grow, curiosity
Yes.
again in business as well.
yeah.
more people
It's
need
so
to know.
important, those conversations and getting to know other
Mhm.
people. I think that is
We
the
love it.
one pushing force inside of business is those connections.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I
I'm
learned so
very
much.
excited about your book. So your book is Pursue Your Spark. Really excited about grabbing that. So you can find that on
Cool.
Amazon. I see you have a wonderful scan there.
Yep.
Where people can go ahead and grab that. But this has been an extremely delightful conversation,
It
and you
really
know
has.
Yes, I've
anything,
loved it.
Heike. Look at
I'm
you.
excited.
I
Uh,
am thrilled. I didn't know what to expect, and I
I
am just
know,
so
this is
I'm over the
delightful.
moon by this conversation.
So do tell us
Oh,
where else we can find you.
you just Google me or chat GPT me. Heike Yates, HeikeYates, or Pursue Your Spark. And you'll literally find me anywhere on social media. My book is anywhere where books can be sold, soft cover, ebook, or audiobook for those people who are on the go.
Oh,
And
thank
I'd be delighted to answer any more questions of your audience. And I think so too. This was a groovy
I
conversation.
I
It
love
was
it.
thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm so glad. And it was
loving
so
it.
insightful, especially I've been in the fitness world, so I even picked up a few things. So thank you so much. And the fact that you have somebody working out at 100, kudos to her. It's,
So
Incredible.
I
yeah.
think I
Yes.
think as we get older, we tend to think, oh, I'm 60, I'm 70, I don't need to work out anymore. That is when you need it the most. So I love that. I love that. Tell her we love her.
Yes.
Yes.
We will. We will. He's just always like, no, don't tell anybody. And I can't take any pictures, so I was like, okay.
Oh, well, you can secretly tell her we love her.
Yes.
Yes.
Nikki and Kira. So we'll go ahead. Nikki, tell us where people can find us at WTF, and we will also have information about Heike
Yeah.
there.
So you can find us on all social media platforms and on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and Kira's got all kind of things coming for us, and she can tell
Yes.
you all about it.
Absolutely. We do have new website, www.womentalkfierce.com. For our networking group, we
Love
have
that.
created a new hub that is going to be featuring all of our current networking pod, but also we are going to be featuring our podcast guests. So if you are
Yeah.
interested in learning more, you can always head there to the website. And as always, follow, like, and subscribe to hear more.
Now that was
Yeah.
perfect. Look at that. Couldn't have said it any better. And Heike, thank you again. This has been so
Yes.
delightful.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
My pleasure.
let's make sure I can't get this tongue twisted again. And we've been pretty
Come
good
on,
today.
Tammy. You
We're
got
all
it.
alive. So 3 women, 3 stages of life, motherhood, a business of laugh. See, look at that already. 3 women, 3 stages of life, motherhood and business, a roller coaster of laugh, lessons, and loud opinions that might just turn into a true crime podcast. And look at that. None, 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 none.
None
Not today.
today.
Not
Heike, I
today. We
always
had a
get
good
that
time.
tongue twisted. We just torture me doing this. So, Thank you
We
once
love you.
again.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you,
you. We
guys.
enjoyed it.
I did too.
Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you.